Hello everyone. So once again welcome back in our microbiology series. So in today's topic I am going to discuss about the most important fmge questions related to the fungi. And in today's topic, as you can see this image, whenever this kind of image comes in front of us, always we used to think that there is hypopigmented lesions will be seen. So here as we can see so many hypopigmented lesions. So by seeing the hypopigmented lesions, the fungi which comes to our mind is that is the Tinea versicularis. That is the Tinea versicularis. So in Tinea versicularis, the other name for Tinea versicularis is Malassezia furfur. Malassezia furfur. So this is the other name for the Tinea versicularis. Now let's discuss about the Malassezia furfur, or we can say Tinea versicolor or Malassezia furfur. Now in this we have to remember the clinical features. So in clinical features, as I already showed you one image in which we see the hypopigmented lesions. Now the next one, that how we can give the sample, like whenever we have to do any kind of sample testing, like we have to give skin, nails, or hair, we use the stain, that is potassium hydroxide. Please remember that we give the sample in the KOH. KOH is used in when we use it in derma conditions, like if we give sample of skin, sample of nails, or any sample of hair, then we use potassium hydroxide, because potassium hydroxide in these skin, nails, and hair, keratin is present and it cannot be digested by potassium hydroxide. That's why we use potassium hydroxide mount. We use potassium hydroxide mount, or we use potassium hydroxide stain. Now when we do the staining, like what kind of image, what kind of morphology we see. So in this we see that this kind of mount on potassium hydroxide, we see this image. So in this image, when we see that there are lot of small granules, it looks like grapes. Or we can say meat ball. If the person is non-vegetarian, then he think about the meat ball. Well, if the person is vegetarian, then he thinks that these are look like grapes, and these will look like spaghetti, or we can say noodle like. Or if the person is vegetarian, then again he think about that these are looking like banana. So these are also known as banana and grapes, or the most famous one which we heard, that is spaghetti and meatball appearance. So please, from now onwards, please remember that these spaghetti and meatball appearance will seen in potassium hydroxide mount, that is spaghetti and meatball appearance. Or the other one for vegetable eating persons, that is banana and grapes. Now if we have to culture this, if we have to culture Tinea versicularis, then how we culture it? We always used to culture by SDA agar, and in SDA agar, in this image we see this appearance, and it, you can also say by looking it that it look like fried egg appearance. When we fry egg, then it appearance like fried egg appearance. So whenever we have to whenever we see fried egg appearance in the for the Tinea versicularis, please remember we have to do the culture by adding with olive oil. So you can remember it, like before putting the egg, we use to put oil in the fan. So here we use for the culture SDA, we use with olive oil, SDA with olive oil, and we see fried egg appearance. So these were the three important points for the purpose of fmge exams, like how we can staining potassium hydroxide, how we culture Tinea versicularis, what appearance or what image we will see, fried egg appearance, spaghetti and meatball appearance seen in Malassezia furfur or Tinea versicularis, and hypopigmented lesions we see. Now one question, most important question, that we in all the pathology or microbiology, in which conditions we used to see fried egg appearance, where we see fried egg appearance. So for the microbiology or for the purpose of the pathology, if we have to study, then we see fried egg appearance in 2 microbiology conditions and in 3 pathology conditions. So in the microbiology conditions too, we have one is Malassezia furfur, as we already studied today only, that is Malassezia furfur, and the other condition is for microbiology is mycoplasma. In mycoplasma also we used to see fried egg appearance, while the 3 conditions in pathology, the first one is in the brain tumor, that is oligodendroglioma. Dendroglioma, we see fried egg appearance. In bone marrow biopsy, we see in the hairy cell leukemia, we did bone marrow biopsy, we see fried egg appearance in hairy cell leukemia. And the third one in the seminoma, or we can say in the dysgerminoma, we used to see fried egg appearance, dysgerminoma. So these were the 3 conditions of pathology and 2 conditions of microbiology where we used to see fried egg appearance. Now let's move to the other fungi, that is the group of the fungi, that is the dermatophytes. Derma means skin, phytes, dermatophytes. So whenever we see tinea or ringworm, it is tinea or ringworm diseases. Now these were 3 types. So dermatophytes, it includes 3 types. The first one is the trichophyton. Second one is the microsporum, and the third one is epidermophyton. So these were the 3 conditions. The first one, trichophyton, microsporum and epidermophyton. So how we can remember these 3 conditions? As it is related to derma, means it is related to skin, and in skin we have hair, we have nails, and we have skin. So in these were the 3 conditions of the derma, like these are 3 parts, hair, nails and skin. So tri means all the 3. If all the 3 parts were involved, like if hair, nails and skin, all 3 involves, then it is trichophyton. So in trichophyton, it involves skin, it also involves hair and also involve the nails, while in the microsporum and in epidermophyton, in all these 3 conditions, first you have to remember that in all these 3 conditions skin is involved. Now in trichophyton, both hair and nails also involved, but in microsporum, as which part is micro, hair or nails? So hairs are micro. So in this micro parts, the hair will involved. So in microsporum, skin and hairs in involved, while in the epidermophyton, as the letter N, epidermophyton, N represents the nail, So we can remember N represents here nails. So this is the first difference. Please remember, in dermatophytes we have 3 groups, that is trichophyton, microsporum and epidermophyton. In trichophyton, tri means all the 3 parts like skin, hair, nails, while in the microsporum, the micro part is the hair one, hair involved, while in the epidermophyton, as the epidermophyton ends with the letter N, so here the nail will also involve with the skin. Now let's we have also the images and how we can differentiate the morphology images. So for that we have, first let me show you images, or let me tell you about the mnemonic. So I will tell you about the mnemonic. So in this we see macroconidia and we see the microconidia. So as the macro and micro means small, macro means enlarged. So micro small and macro is the enlarged one. So in macroconidia or microconidia, we have 3 conditions, that is trichophyton, microsporum, and the last one is epidermophyton, or it can also represent a symbol, that is telegram channel, TME. And my favorite teacher about the pathology is Preeti Sharma channel is there. So PSC, Preeti Sharma ma'am channel will be there, PSC. So here what is the PSC? So as first we have to remember TME sequence, TME telegram channel or TME, Then in microconidia, the size will means the quantity will be decreases. Like first we see a lots of microconidia in the trichophyton, then in microsporum the quantity decreases, while in the epidermophyton the quantity is absent or maybe few, only one or two is present. That is the microconidia. Now in macroconidia we have to remember the shape, like P represents the pencil shape of the macroconidia, S represents the spindle shape of the macroconidia, and C represents the club shaped of the macroconidia. So these were the shapes in macroconidia and microconidia. Now let's move to the images, and I think now you can easily imagine. So first of all, this one, in this we see a lots of small means microconidia, a lot of microconidia will be there, and one macroconidia is also there, and this macroconidia will look like pencil shape. So it looks like pencil shape macroconidia, as here you can see it looks like it is macroconidia and it look like pencil shape. So macroconidia is in pencil shape and lots of microconidia is also present. Microconidia is also present. So when microconidia is present and macroconidia is pencil shape, we first write TME in TME PSC means pencil shape, and micro is present because first lots of microconidia is there, then decreases and then plus minus. So it is trichophyton. So this one is the image of trichophyton, which involve all the three parts like skin, hair and nails. Now let's move to the second image, as in this image we see not much but a little bit, like few microconidia will be there. So few microconidia will be there. So microconidia will be there, but they are like not much but present. And when we see the macroconidia, they look like spindle shape, as here we see this is the shape of macroconidia, that is the spindle shape, that one is the spindle shape. So macroconidia is spindle shape and microconidia is also present. So again write TME PSC. So in spindle shape is present in microsporum. So this one is the image of microsporum, and in microsporum it involved micro means fine, fine is hair. So in this hair and skin is involved in all the three. So skin and hair is involved. Now let's move to the last image, and in this image we see it's look like a club shaped, it's look like a club shaped. So club shaped. So macroconidia we see and the shape is club shaped, and we hardly here in this image we hardly used to see any microconidia. So microconidia is absent in this image, is absent. So when we see microconidia is absent, again write TME PSC. So club shaped is seen in epidermophyton, in which microconidia is plus minus, and here the lots of then decrease and then plus minus. So this one is the image of the epidermophyton, epidermophyton. So this is the image. Now my last question is, this one you have to answer. All are true regarding dermatophytes except they are differentiated based on macroconidia, yes, like spindle shape, club shaped and pencil shape. So this statement is true. So this one is true statement. Now the next statement, epidermophyton infects skin and nails. So here epidermophyton, as the N letter ends N, so N represents the nail. So this statement is also true. Now the third statement, microsporum has fusiform macroconidia. Fusiform, or we can say spindle form, both looks like same. So this statement is also true. Now the last statement, epidermophyton has abundant microconidia. So as here TME PSC, lots of microconadia, decrease and absent. Well, here it represents, here in fourth part it shows that there are lot of microconadia will be there, but in, as we studied in epidermophyton, there is hardly any microconadia we used to see. So not the abundant, so this statement is false. So not, no microconadia is present, no microconadia is present. So the answer for this question is epidermophyton has no microconadia present. So this is the answer of this question. That's all about the today's topic, that is Tinea versicularis and the dermatophytes. I hope this video is very useful to you guys. Thank you and see you in the next class. Bye bye.